two disgusting hillbilly redneck Republican state representatives in the state of North Carolina on May 13th put forward a piece of legislation that, if passed, would allow residents of North Carolina to murder someone claiming, self-defense if that individual that they murdered was going to go get an abortion. And you may think that, okay, that's hyperbolic, right? That's not exactly what the legislation says. Nope, that is exactly what the legislation says. This legislation was put forth May 13th by State Representatives Keith Kidwell and Ben Moss, two guys trying to regulate women's bodies and apparently now their entire existence. And the bill says this: any person who willfully seeks to destroy the life of another person by any means at any stage of life, which they define as life beginning at fertilization, or succeeds in doing so, shall be held accountable for attempted murder or for first-degree murder, respectively. Any person has the right to defend his or her own life or the life of another person, again defined as person begins at fertilization, even by the use of deadly force if necessary, from willful destruction by another person. So yeah. Now, this law is not going to pass, okay? Because it requires a change to the state constitution of North Carolina, which requires 3/5 vote of both the state house and state senate. They don't have those numbers. And of course, no other Republicans were stupid enough to put their names to sponsor this legislation with Kidwell and Moss. But they want this to happen. Because again, we're talking about, in my opinion, backwoods hillbillies who don't understand exactly what they're doing. First of all, you have no right to regulate women's bodies. You really don't. You may think you have this biblical obligation, but trust me, nowhere in the Bible did Jesus say, hey, if you want to kill somebody, go ahead and do it because, you got to protect another life, so you got to kill that person. That wasn't Jesus, so I don't know where you think this biblical right is coming from, but I'm here to tell you it doesn't actually exist. Second of all, if a woman is going in to have an abortion, and your law, let's say it passed, right? So you're a right-wing redneck sitting out there in the abortion clinic parking lot like you're waiting in a deer stand. And you see a woman go in to have an abortion and you're like, oh, sweet, I can defend her. I can defend the baby by killing the mom. Pow. Do you know? Do you know what happens to the zygote or the fetus or whatever stage it's at inside the mother when you blow her brains out? Do you guys? Because now that person that was defending the life of the so-called person inside the woman, they're dead too. Okay, so that's two dead. To save the one who died because you guys don't understand basic biology. Okay, if you ask me, the individual that pulls the trigger in that scenario I just gave you, and trust me, they would be sitting out there in the parking lots like it's hunting season if this were to pass. They absolutely would. But that is a premeditated double homicide. Most states that still have the death penalty would automatically put that person to death who did the killing. So now 3 people are dead under your law. Y'all didn't think this through, again, because you're idiots. You're right-wing zealots. Probably the same people who go out there every day like, we can't have Sharia law here in the United States. And then you go and do your own form of whatever it is you call this, which honestly is no different than using your religion to oppress other people, which is what you think Sharia law is, of course. But this is dangerous. And even though, again, it's not going to pass, that's not the point. The point number one is that they want it to. Point number two is that they hope even just the proposal will have a chilling effect on women in their state. Right? Subordination through fear. Do what I want you to do because I do have the power to basically pass laws to end your life. That's what this is. Psychological manipulation, intimidation, and if you're a young woman, or a woman in general, honestly, in North Carolina, I think it's probably time to pack your bags. Maybe find a state where the lawmakers don't want to make it legal to kill you. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.